Halloween is a holiday that originated in Europe. European immigrants brought this tradition with them when they came to the Americas, and the holiday has been celebrated for well over 200 years here in the US. However, Halloween celebrations have changed quite a bit over the years. Early colonial settlers would celebrate their fall harvests and get together for parties, oftentimes wearing costumes and telling scary stories. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow was published by Washington Irving in 1820, becoming one of the first American-themed Halloween stories. Later, the tradition of trick-or-treating was brought by the Irish during the middle of the 1800s, transforming the way the holiday looked in the US moving forward. Early on, tricks were much more popular than treats. Halloween pranks became costly in big cities, and the Halloween holiday was transformed throughout the middle part of the 1900s, largely with the influence of major candy companies and Halloween-themed treats, making the holiday more family-friendly. With our modern version of Halloween taking shape in the 1950s, the holiday wasn't officially celebrated at the White House until 1958, when First Lady Mamie Eisenhower put up the first White House Halloween decorations. The First Lady hosted a lunch for the wives of staff members at the White House in the state dining room, with decorations such as skeletons, jack-o'-lanterns, and miniature witches on broomsticks. Then, Halloween traditions at the White House really picked up when the Kennedys moved in during 1961. With a young family living on the grounds, presidential trick-or-treating started to take shape. It wasn't uncommon to find Caroline and John Jr. arriving in the Oval Office to startle their father, all dressed up in their costumes. In October 1962, First Lady Jackie Kennedy even dressed in a black garment bag to disguise herself so that she could take her two children trick-or-treating incognito. Sister-in-law Jean Kennedy Smith also accompanied the group to do the talking so that Jackie's voice wouldn't be recognized. The tradition of the White House hosting trick-or-treating was started during the Kennedy administration and lives on to present day. Presidential families with young children have usually made more of an event out of this than the others. The Nixon family were well known for their Halloween parties, with first daughter Tricia Nixon often taking center stage. In 1969, Tricia handed out clown masks to attendees of the party, and that year the party was pretty epic. 250 children from the local Widening Horizons program attended. The north entrance of the White House was converted into a 17-foot-high pumpkin. Inside there were witches stirring cauldrons, and the East Room had balloons, clowns, fortune-tellers, magicians, puppeteers, and more. First daughter Amy Carter had a Halloween-themed birthday party in 1977 at the White House with pumpkin carving, snacks, and a screening of the original Frankenstein in the White House Theater. The following year, the Carters had a White House Halloween party for 600 staffers and their dates. Once again, the north entrance to the White House was transformed into a giant 16-foot jack-o'-lantern. During the Reagan administration, pumpkins were carved featuring the slogans "Stay the Course" and "4 More in '84" just prior to the elections in November. George H.W. Bush and First Lady Barbara Bush held a highly publicized Halloween event on the South Lawn of the White House in 1989 for 600 school children. During the administration of Bill Clinton, yearly costume parties became the norm. On at least one of these occasions, the party doubled as a birthday party for First Lady Hillary Clinton, who was born on October 26th. The most famous costume party the President and First Lady attended occurred in 1993 when they dressed up as President James and First Lady Dolly Madison. Since the 1990s, the administrations of George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden have all continued the White House tradition of hosting trick-or-treaters that was started under John F. Kennedy. The Bushes were known for dressing their pets up in costumes, and the Obamas posed with their young children in costume early on in their administration. First Lady Michelle Obama was also known to dress up. During their first Halloween in the White House in 2009, the Obamas passed out candy and goodie bags to over 2,000 local school children and the children of military families. The Trumps had the White House South Portico decorated with Halloween decorations and passed out candy to local children, and in 2022, the Bidens also decorated the South Portico and handed out candy to trick-or-treaters. With the holiday tradition now 60 years strong at the White House, it's a safe bet that presidents for generations to come will continue to host trick-or-treaters on Halloween.